You'd have to hear the reaction or response or enthusiasm from the prison audience to really believe it. Maybe it was captured on the album, maybe it wasn't, but the first time I played a prison, I said this is the only place to record an album live, because I never heard a reaction to the songs like the prisoners gave. They weren't ashamed to show their appreciation or their enthusiasm for anything that we did. I mentioned it to 3 or 4 people at Columbia, and they just kind of fluffed the idea off, and maybe I would lose interest in it for a while, but I never forgot the idea. I kept going back to prisons, playing shows for the men, and every time I played one, I decided more and more that I had to go to a prison to make a record.
I think it's no secret that you've been in prison yourself.
Well, not for long.
That was down in Mexico, was it, or somewhere around there?
Mm-hmm.
You don't talk about that?
You didn't ask me about it.
Was that back in the 30s, in Depression?
I was born 32, so I guess 35, 36. Mm-hmm. 1935, I remember my mother playing the guitar and singing.
When did you first start making up songs?
Just not long after that, but I hid them and burned them and threw them away, you know. But the first one that I have kept, I was 12 years old. And I wrote poems, songs, short stories, drew pictures, a little of everything, to keep my grades way down to C and D until they clamped down on me. But I went to the Air Force after I graduated from high school, and it was in Germany in the Air Force. In the bitter winter, in January, a blizzard was raging. I had $5 in my pocket. I walked the 5 miles to Landsberg and bought a $5 German guitar. It had no name, but that's how I got my start. I was 21. And I'd written several, well, countless songs up to then, but I had the tunes here, you know, no accompaniment.
You were singing one back there in the dressing room, one about the Mississippi flood, was it? 1937
Yeah.
that you wrote?
Oh, we were in that.
Sing just a little bit of that.
All right. My daddy sat on the front steps of the house and watched the water rising from the levee breaking. 5 steps, and every day he would say, well, it's over another step. And Mom would say, how high is the water? And he'd say, well, it's 2, 3, 4, 5 feet high and rising. When it was 5, he had to get out. Swam to the road. How high is the water, Mama? I wrote this 25 years later. 2 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Papa? She said it's 2 feet high and rising. We can make it to the road in a homemade boat. That's the only thing we got left that'll float. It's already over all the wheat and oats. 2 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Mama? 3 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Papa? She said it's 3 feet high and rising. Well, the hives are gone, I lost my bees. Chickens are sleeping in the willow trees. Cows in water up past her knees. 3 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Mama? 4 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Papa? She said it's 4 feet high and rising. Hey, come look through the window pane. The bus is coming, gonna take us to the train. Looks like we'll be blessed with a little more rain. 4 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Mama? 5 feet high and rising. How high is the water, Papa? She said it's 5 feet high and rising. Well, the rails are washed out north of town. We gotta head for higher ground. Can't come back till the water goes down. 5 feet high and rising. He said it's 5 feet high and rising.